We've got another video coming at you out here at the ranch. We got here about 30 minutes ago. It's 1 o'clock. Let's do time and temperature. I don't know what the temperature is because my watch isn't connected, but it
55-ish?
is definitely a little on the chilly side. We'll say between 50, 55, somewhere in there. And it's 1:25 in the morning. Cutting down some more stuff, clearing out the area.
He's going to be cutting stuff.
Yes.
I'll be supervising.
And then I believe my neighbor is out here, and he offered to take us pig hunting. We're gonna make some pine tea tomorrow. So basically, you take pine needles, boil them in water, and you got some pine tea. I've got a little bit of a sore throat, so we're gonna see how that works. And then the hunting part really is going to depend on the neighbor, so we'll figure out that part. And then what else do we have planned? I think the main thing is just really getting out here, getting to work.
Yep.
Good morning, guys. Let's go time and temperature. Again, temperature, I don't even know. I didn't look.
We don't know.
It is like 8:15 in the morning. We've been up for maybe like 15 minutes. So what we're going to start out with is I'm going to go collect some wood. We're going to have to chop it up. Everything's going to be a little bit damp, but we can get the inside wood burning hot. So we're going to cut some large chunks all the way down to some very small stuff. We're going to make a fire, and then we're going to have to burn our number twos.
Ew. Why are you videoing?
from the last 2 weeks or last 2 times we've been here. So we're gonna close up the container.
I mean, it's part of it.
Burn that stuff, that we can get rid of it, get a new bag, get that going. And then we're gonna get to doing some work and getting the stuff back here.
It'd be like a fresh litter box. A litter bucket.
So that's what we're gonna be doing this morning. All right, guys, we are back over here. So we're gonna be doing some cleanup today. We're basically just coming down here to get some wood real quick. If you watched the last video, I got into a little bit of a situation where one tree fell into the other tree. Both were completely cut through, but they were leaning in such a way that it wasn't falling over. And then both of those trees were leaning on another tree. So now we're out here and everything has fell down. So now all I gotta do is clean up. So that makes this whole thing much safer.
Why?
All right, so what I'm gonna do now, I got all this split up. I wanna get some really small ones. Trying to get it really small and really sharp. That way the fire gets going fairly quickly. And then with the inside and the small stuff, it's gonna get hot very quickly, which is gonna get some of this larger stuff caught on fire quicker. And then some of the damp stuff, we can get that going in here, start having it being dried out within the fire. That way we'll have. So we got our pine needles, our fire's going good, so I'm gonna just rip these off and drop them straight down in there. I don't know how much to use, so I'm just gonna go with putting a whole bunch in here. Extremely high in vitamin C. We're basically just gonna pour this into some type of cloth to filter out the ashes and filter out any nasty stuff that may. Let's take a look at how our fire's doing. So I took a bunch of leaves and just grinded them up and get them all in there. So what that does is it creates a whole bunch of like really small particles that can immediately catch fire, that will hold heat just long enough to help increase the overall heat of the fire. That way all those little small things can catch on fire. So even if it's damp, this works really well. But we can see everything on the inside is completely burning and is now coals. So this fire is established. It's extremely hot. And then you can see it's already burning the insides of all of those sharp pieces where it's really dry. And so as this burns, anything that's on the outside that's wet or has any kind of moisture in it or on it will slowly start to dry out. And just, I'm gonna have a complete burn. So now what I can do is with the rest of this stuff is I can go ahead and just start feeding that right into the center. And because we are elevated, I have holes all the way around it. So no matter which way the wind is blowing, it's going to be able to suck air in there. And then with the wind blowing, it's going to be able to push air in there. So this really helps to get the fire extremely hot. So when you're cooking, you're going to get immediate, just really, really hot heat. And then what I did is I took a bunch of, let's say roughly about 1 inch round, different lengths, but I stacked those right across the top of this. It was just long enough I could put the water on there, get the water boiled, take the water off. So it's over here, our tea. So it's stooping right now. And then I just take all that stuff on top and I'm just pushing it on the inside. And so what this is doing is just continuously creating fuel on the inside. Now you don't have to do that, but there we go, our tea. So we're gonna let that stoop. And I'm gonna stir it. Here's my stir stick. So, all right, so here's our tea. I said I was gonna filter it. I don't care. I would probably recommend filtering it, but I'm just going full sin mode on it. Okay, I'm gonna back out that smoke. Here we go. Let's get a shot inside of this. See all the crap floating around. This is why we have immune systems. The smoke's blowing right in my eyes. But other than that, it tastes like warm water in a Dixie cup. So here, let me get a taste.
No, don't record me.
Come on.
Because I don't want to. I do not consent.
What's it taste like?
Just like you said.
I feel like you taste the cup more than anything almost.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Since I got this fire going, I've got a flat cast iron pan. So I laid that on top of the fire, and then I took our pot or whatever the hell one of these are that's cast iron and put that over it. So I'm basically gonna kind of create an oven and heat the burritos up that way. So we're gonna have pine tea
And bean and cheese burrito.
and pink cheese burrito. Oh, bean and cheese burrito. Sorry, I thought you said pink cheese burrito. All right, so we have our burrito here. Nice and just, perfect. So delicious. We're gonna eat this. I'm gonna stack some more wood. We're gonna burn our stuff, and we're gonna get out of here for a little bit. One tree down. Now the next one, I think is gonna be this big one right here. The only problem if I get this wrong, it hits the building. So what I got, I've got a rope, so I'm doing a bowline on one side. So I've got another big tree back here. So I'm tying a bowline onto this tree and then a trucker's hitch on this one back here. And I'm just pulling that thing as tight as I can possibly pull it. I'm gonna show you guys what's about to happen. I'll see if here's a tree I'm about to cut down. This is how close the box is. This is how tall the tree is. If I mess this up, this lands on the box. See how this goes. The other thing is a lot of this stuff up there is dead. So I think next time I go into town, I'm gonna go ahead and get some type of hard hat.
I'm 100% right.
You were right, and I was less right.
I'll take it.
So this is where we ended up. All right, so getting this one cut up, and then as you can see, we got the workings of what looks like a trail now. So then next, I'm gonna get this brush, and there's some more brush back here. I'm gonna get that out of the way. All right, man, I've been like extremely exhausted. We got quite a bit of work done. I got some stuff stacked over here. I got some stuff stacked somewhere back here, over there. And now we can see all the way down here. I've got a brush pile here, still got to clear out. We ended up clearing. I'm gonna get the gun out tonight and just look around, see what I can see. And now that I can kind of see down that way a little bit.
It's literally barbed wire.
Well, I've completely destroyed one of my chains. So I went ahead and got a new chain. And
Just walk around.
right here.
Oh.
And then I got a new bar. And then we're doing some, there's a company out in this area that's coming out clearing some trees. Like, I guess they cut down the trees. When you see the big 18-wheelers that have the huge trees on the trailers in the back, they're out here somewhere. So we're going to kind of drive down and figure out where they're at and kind of look. But
Ooh, somebody's hat.
Yep. Check this out. So this is down the way from my property. But this is, I call it a cliff. It's really just an extremely ridiculously steep rock hill. But my neighbor sent me some pictures of some pigs that looked to be, there was like 6 or 7 of them.
8 of them.
But this is the reason why they don't get to my property. Because this cliff and this river apparently runs all the way down. Well, I was about to take a shot. So back, there's an area where they're doing some, I guess it's a tree harvesting area. So way back over here, there's a rock that was right at 600 yards. I was gonna take a shot. Wasn't planning on it, I just saw it and I'm like, I bet I can make that. I did a wind call, adjustment, everything, and then I was like, well, I'm gonna go ahead and get my gun. The problem with this is not my property. This is owned by a corporation, and they come out here and farm the trees. But I figured because no one, literally no one is out here, because no one's supposed to be here, then it'll be all right, right? That's how that works. Anyway, I don't have any ammo. It's back at, this is beautiful. Look at this. Anyway, so we went and had an adventure, and I found this. So there's this plant called a red twig dogwood, and I'm like 90% sure that's what this is. And it's freaking huge. So I pulled it up. It was right by the creek, so I went ahead and just pulled this thing right out of the ground. Roots and everything still intact. I was actually thinking about taking this home with me. Just a quick getting back to work. So I gotta finish cutting this stump out of the ground. I went ahead and just went and got a new chain. We're supposed to go hunting. We didn't end up go hunting, but we're supposed to go tonight. So if the neighbor comes in, he said he'll be back around like, I think 9:30. So we may go hunting tonight. I believe he said he doesn't have a thermal, so I don't know how he does it. He may have a light down there or something, but I got a thermal, and then we'll go ahead and take the 308 out there just because, but it's just a day scope. And anyway, we're gonna go sight these in, and after that's done, we're gonna get pretty much like pack stuff up to go on the hunting trip, and then we'll come back out here, put in some more work. Sorry, it's a little bit of a hike up here, but so we're supposed to go hunting tonight, so I'm gonna go ahead and get the guns ready. So I forgot I had the thermal on my 300 blackout, and so on the 6.5 I haven't sighted it in yet, so I'm like, we better go sight it in. So unfortunately I can't see my target, so I was going to show you guys a trick. Now there's all kinds of different ways to do this, but what works best for me is just a blowtorch. It doesn't take a lot. Start heating this thing up and it's going to glow. It takes just a couple, maybe a minute. I usually start in the middle, and then that heat will disperse outward. So I start in the middle and I just hold it there, kind of go in a circle, make a large circle for the full width of this thing. I'll do the small one too, and then when you go down there, it is bright, and it will be bright for quite some time. So I'm gonna do this, and then we're gonna go get this sighted in. So after about a minute on each plate, that's what it looks like. So they don't have to be hot, they just have to be warm. So let's get this sighted in. All right, well, we got the firearm sighted in, and we are making one of our favorites,
Macaroni
and cheese. So we're just gonna hang out, eat, and just kind of wait until we go hunting. So what I'm using on the 6.5 though, it's a 95 grain VMAX. Going, I think they're running 3,100 feet per second. And when they hit the target, it's almost like it exploded. Those things hit so freaking hard. That was guts. Oh yeah, now I smell it. Good morning. We're getting the fire going. Man, last night was a lot of fun. We went pig hunting, and just right away we went out to the middle of a pasture, a cow pasture, and there was a ton of pigs. And we walked out there. We got pretty close, within 120 yards. We started blasting them, and man, it was something else. So it is, see, time and temperature. We got 43 degrees, and it is 8:51 in the morning. So just to try to get, since I really didn't get as much done as I was hoping, I'm going to go ahead and start just kind of clear cutting some trees. I'm not going to worry about necessarily cutting them up right now. So that one pinched my chain, but got it taken down. Let's just take a look and see what we got so far. Bless me. So you can see it's pretty obvious over here. So in the video, this looks really close together, but that's probably wide enough to put maybe 2.5 shipping containers. So I'm gonna say 16, that's probably 25 feet or something wide. So I'm gonna have to cut these two big ones out. And then what I did is I ran through here and I just cut a bunch of small stuff down. So you can see I cleared it out pretty far back, even like way back in there. And then okay, so that's a little bit better view. So you can see these two gotta go. And then of course I got a bunch of cleanup. And then right here, so we are just past the line. Let me take a look. So here's the road, or what will be the road. We're gonna cut those. And then right here is the line. So the shipping container is gonna go, one of them is basically gonna go right there. Okay, so we are in the area now, so we can see there's the shipping container. I see how well that just really kind of blends in. It's hard to tell, but you come all the way down this way. Here's the road that we've been cutting all the way that way. Here's the edge of where it's gonna be. And then this is all the area I've got cleared out. And I don't know about you guys, but this is the dream. So I'm not a coffee drinker, but we got some peppermint hot chocolate.
Abuelitas, Mexican chocolate, Mexican hot chocolate.
And other than us, there is not a sound out here. A little bit of wind, maybe some birds, but
Heard a cow.
Oh, we're back out here again. Like, we're literally up in the clouds. This is wild. We're at 1,400 something feet of elevation. So I got the 308. So let's run through the math I'm going to work on real quick. So as far as elevation goes, this is all sighted in at 100 yards. Elevation is 650-ish. So I use the quick drop method. And again, generally it's just 1.8, 4 mile per hour gun, but I use bracketing. So at 600 yards, it's going to be 1.7. So I look at 1.7 as -2 plus 3. 1.8, I look at -2 plus 2, meaning 600 yards. We're going to make that 6.0 and 1.7. So we're going to take 6.0 minus 1.7. So I look at that as on the first number, 6. We're going to -2, so 654. So we got 4.0 and then plus 3. So 0.3. So 4.3. I hope that makes sense. So it's a 4 mile per hour gun. I've got about a 3, maybe a 3 mile per hour wind from 3 o'clock. Being a 4 mile per hour gun, that should give us, let's see, I'm going to say maybe 0.6, right around in there. So let me get this set up, and then there's a rock out there. See if I can hit that rock.